Coming up on today's Lauren's Crazy Pet Show, 2 amazingly fun sports that are perfect for any dog. Learn the secrets to capturing wildlife in photos. And it's one of the hottest trends, honoring pets and nature with tattoos. Welcome to Lauren's Crazy Pet Show. Look at these adorable guys and gals. They are having so much fun. They are taking part in a relatively new sport called barn hunt. And believe me, any dog can do it.
Good girl.
Well, barn hunt is a relatively new dog sport. It's been in existence for about 6 years or so. That started on the same premise as Dog Scouts, making sure that every dog who wanted to try something had the ability to do it. So a woman named Robin took the sport that was an earth dog sport and made it accessible to all dogs and people. It's a matter of finding a rat who's secured in a PVC tube so the rat and the dog are safe in a maze of hay bales.
So the rat would be in a tube like this, totally safe. Nobody can get to the rat. It's well ventilated too, so that way they're kept safe. Willard, he thinks he's going to find something. You can see inside the tube, we put a little bit of litter in there, so that way the rat is comfortable. And when we do hide the rat, we always make sure that we hide it so it's vented out, meaning that this vent is out. So that way there's plenty of airflow, which is important too.
I just want to stress that the rats are not harmed here. In fact, They are your pet rats.
Right, yes, they are my pets. My daughter actually named all of them.
So they're fine.
Yes, yeah, we make sure that they're taken care of. We make sure they don't work too long, meaning that they're not doing like a couple classes in a row. We switch out rats. That's why you have to have enough rats to make sure you can switch them out.
We're very lucky that Central Canine is here and they do teach lessons. So we are able to come here and work with our beginning dogs and give them some foundation training. It's a scenting game, so it's a lot of fun for dogs because nose work is very important to all dogs.
And the human and the dog have no idea where the rats will be hidden. Is that a big part of it?
That's a big part of it. That makes it fair for everybody. And it also makes it fair because a lot of times the people will see the tube and say, there's the rat, because the dog sort of like looks at it and then keeps on walking. But the dog's telling you the rat's not in that tube because there are empty tubes and tubes with dirty rat litter in them hidden on the course as well as decoys. So you have to learn to trust your dog. So you really have to learn to work together.
So each level is timed. So in novice, you have 2 minutes, and that's 1 rat. Once you go up to 2 rats, it's 2:30, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. After the 2 rats, we actually jump to 4 rats, which is in senior, and that's 3:30. And then masters is the highest division. And we don't actually know how many rats are hidden in masters. You can have anywhere from 1 to 5. So you have to tell the judge when you think that the course is clear, and you have 4 minutes and 30 seconds to do that. Also, besides finding the rat, you have to do a tunnel, depending on what level you're in, and also the dog needs to get up on the hay. If you have an old dog that you want to do this with, but you're like, oh, my dog can't climb on stuff, they can stay in a lower level where they don't have to climb. So it's great for all dogs because of that. You know, like, I want to do my old dog, but I'm worried that they're going to get hurt. They can't. We keep things safe. They only have to do like a straight little tunnel. So every dog can do it. Or if you have a little dog that can't jump up. Even if you're disabled, you can do this because we have to design our courses so that way if somebody is disabled, they're allowed to get around it.
Today we noticed we did 2 different courses.
Yeah, this is a size that would be for instinct, novice, or open. And then after that, senior and master have to be in bigger rings because the course is a lot bigger. We have a lot more hay in there. The tunnels are bigger. Everything's bigger. You have more rats.
So it's really a competition.
Yes,
you
it is
can
a
earn
competition.
points.
Yes, points and titles. If you qualify 3 times in that division, then you get a title.
Now, we were actually here and we had a blast with your dock diving, and that's just one of the sports you offer.
Yeah, we do a lot of different things. We do rally, we do obedience, we do agility, we do nose work, we do frisbee classes. We also do herding, but not on site here. They can find us on the web. Our website is centralcanine.com. We're also on Facebook under Central Canine. You can email us or call us, and we have classes going on all the time.
And if somebody wants to join the Dog Scouts, and you know, we say this all the time, but we just love what you do, where can they find you, Sherry?
Well, Dog Scouts, the national organization is dogscouts.org, and they have a troop finder there, so they'll list all the troops in the area. If there's no troop in the area, it only takes 3 people to get together to form a troop.
Ah, to be outdoors in nature. It can be so beautiful and so healing too. But one of the best ways to truly experience it and help protect it, surprisingly, is to photograph it. But only if you do so the right way.
Cheryl, you have some absolutely magnificent photographs.
Thank you.
You do this every single day.
Yes, I do, especially in such turbulent times, so much stress and worries in our world. When I go out in the morning, it's just peace, and it reaffirms your faith and hope and just belief in the world, just the steady flow and comfort of nature.
And it's so well documented in these photographs. I mean, they really are out of this world.
The thing with wildlife, and of course I do have a big lens, so one thing I do want to emphasize with people is that you never want to crowd, or I call it just respecting their zone. So it looks like I'm a lot closer than I really am, but there's been so many moments with the fox, the bears, and even the eagles where your eyes meet and they sense that it's like I'm not harming them or pushing them, and it is just a wonderful experience to meet eyes with a wild animal and have like a mutual respect.
And it's a part of your daily routine.
Yep, every morning when I can, weather permitting. I usually do a loop along the river because I run a little wildlife group for Heartland, and so I'll follow the loop here for Heartland pictures, and then I go along Riverton. Early in the morning for wildlife is like the best time to see things before the world wakes up. The wildlife's awake way before us. There's always something to see, always, if you're just patient enough.
And of course, as you said, you do have a beautiful camera there, but it's really your eye behind that.
There's no doubt that having good gear is helpful, but when I started photographing, I was just using a small point and shoot. I was able to capture amazing images, and I've seen cell phone pictures that kind of make me wonder why I'm lugging this heavy gear around. And it's a matter of understanding light and feeling your subject, to understanding your subject. While having good gear helps, you can just take amazing pictures without it. The more I delved into wildlife photography, it really helped bolster me through difficult times and find that peace and balance that is so hard to find nowadays. It just reminds you of how beautiful our world truly is.
It seems transformative.
That's why I started the little group I did just here in Heartland, because we have such a wealth of wildlife. And my philosophy was that if you can get people to start relating to these animals and understanding what they contribute, and by caring about them, they'll want to protect the wildlife. It's a very important factor in wildlife photography, the ethics of it. There are people that will bait owls. You know, they get that magnificent shot of the owl swooping in. But doing things like that also alters the animal's behavior. It causes more harm in the long run. With wildlife, you can't force it. You need to respect it. You do no harm. You don't want to get too close. You don't want to acclimate them to your presence because you want them to have a healthy fear of people. That's where a big lens comes in handy. If you find an eagle's nest, which is like, whoa, so amazing, you don't broadcast that online, the location. You can put your pictures up, but you don't put sensitive information like that online. You have to always put the animal's needs before your need for that shot.
So Cheryl, not only do you photograph wildlife, but you have two sort of babies that are your muses that aren't in the wild.
Yes, this is Gunther Biggs and Raina Marie.
They're so precious. If people that are watching this would like to get in touch with you, maybe they have specific questions, where can they find you and where can they follow you?
I do have a Facebook page, Cheryl Anderson, and I do have the Heartland Wildlife group, which is called Heartland Wildlife on Facebook.
Beautiful. Coming up, a very different way people can celebrate their connection with nature and their pets. Exquisite body art. Next on Lauren's Crazy Pet Show. Welcome back to Lauren's Crazy Pet Show. You know, one of the really interesting trends we've been noticing is that more and more people are connecting with their pets, with nature, with animals through tattoos. And the artistry is out of this world.
I would say somehow I kind of lately been doing a lot of animal tattoos and big cats. I would say lions and tigers, jaguars, all of those are very popular. So yeah, people is very attracted to animals and what they represent to them, you know, how they brave they are, how they protective they are of their families. So one of the reasons why people get lions, nature is very present in tattoo world.
And we were so blessed to be able to watch you do a beautiful, beautiful jaguar.
Thank you. It was a very fun piece to do. It was nice having you guys around looking at it. But this jaguar, it represents something very important to him, and that was the reason that he wanted it to get it. So it was very nice having the opportunity to do it for him. It is a very important part of my day, being here with my clients. People trusting me to put something so permanent in their body, as a tattooist, but also the meaning that I have for them behind it. Yeah, it's a bless. It's a bless. It's a bless.
I think it's beautiful, honestly beautiful. I live about almost 2.5 hours away, so you chase the artist, you know? Obviously, I'm leaving here with a beautiful piece, so I'm more than ecstatic.
And it's interesting how many people will come in with something in mind or a story about an animal, one of their dogs they might have lost, a cat.
Pets, you know, we love pets. You know how it is. Pets part of the family. So people get in a lot. Not always because they pass, but also because they're important part of the household. People want to pay tribute to their animals, to the pets.
It's really beautiful. One that we were also here for, he had lost his pet and he was really devastated, and he brought the picture for you and you recreated it so beautifully. That must feel good for you too, to see how happy it makes somebody else.
Having this opportunity to do this for people, I've seen people crying in the mirror, you know, when the tattoo is done. They don't want to see during the whole process. They're waiting till the end, and then they go to the mirror and look at it and they cry. So it's very emotional, you know. It feels nice as an artist be able to do that. Make you feel good knowing that you can do something for people that is in pain, you know, emotional pain.
That was my son. He's my son, and that's what I told everybody. He said, "You have a dog?" I said, "No, I have a son. It's my son." And everybody in my family knew better. They knew that he wasn't a dog. He wasn't to be treated like a dog. He was a person. He was my boy, and that was it.
And of course, now BJ will live with you forever.
Forever. Like I said, he was with me for 11 years every day. So now he's going to be with me every day for the rest of my life.
I'm very happy with the career I have, and I don't take it for granted. Every day I try, when I'm not tattooing, I keep sketching in paper and practicing and stuff. I believe it could push my work a little farther to keep making it look better.
And people might not realize that not only are you a tattoo artist, which is wonderful in itself, but you're also an artist. Some of your beautiful murals are displayed right here in Connecticut in Norwalk. They're amazing.
Thank you.
Were you always an artist? You were born an artist, you think?
The reason that I moved from Venezuela to United States 18 years ago, it was pursuing to be a painter. That was my main goal, let's say. In that process of adapting to a new country, a new language, and finding my ways around and understanding the country, tattooing came along, and then it became my main career. And I love it. I'm blessed, you know. I'm still doing art. So it's not like I lost my dream of coming to America to do arts. It's just a different form of art of what it was in my thoughts in the beginning. I still paint, but just I don't have the pressure of I have to do paintings to try to find a market or a gallery or anything. I just do paintings for me, and I hang them around the shop, and sometimes people acquire them from here.
Are you surprised that so many people are coming to get their pet tattoos? Has it changed through the years? Have more and more been seeking those?
Because the way how tattoo has evolved, back in the day, it used to be a more simple kind of designs, very thick black lines, solid colors. So in the way that it keep evolving and the techniques and the equipment becomes better, tattoo artists keep pushing, you know. When everything starts looking good, oh, this rose, it looks like a rose, it's like alive. Or these birds look like real birds. Maybe I can get my own dog now. Maybe I can get my own cat or my own father or grandpa, or something.
And you must feel so good when you see that. When you see somebody walk out of here and they're just feeling on top of the world. And you created that.
I don't have advertising in the newspapers or in the TV or in the radio, anything like that. Normally this career works like you do a good job, the people go outside, their friends see it and bring more clients. So knowing that people is coming from very far, you know. I have clients from Austria and Panama, and people fly from Chicago and Florida. So knowing that you have all those clients willing to do all of that for you to do something for them, it's very, very, very pleasant, yes.
All right, full disclosure, I don't have any tattoos, but I am seriously thinking about getting one, and I'm gonna come right here to Javier. You hear that? Stay tuned, Lauren's Crazy Pet Show is coming right back. Welcome back to Lauren's Crazy Pet Show. Look at these dogs behind me. They're having the time of their lives. They're playing Frisbee. But it's not just Frisbee. This is an actual dog sport.
It is a sport, and it is a fun sport. Something you can come outside, do with your dog on a beautiful day. Sometimes not so beautiful days. We play rain or shine. We are a little crazy that way, but it's something you can do with your dog, any size dog, any breed dog. If your dog has the desire to run after that disc, whether it's a throw in the air or a roller on the ground and bring it back to you, you can play. Today we've been playing the games of up dog. That's one of the sanctioned types of disc competitions there are out there. They all involve discs. There's different size discs, different weight discs. Up dog is nice that they allow you pretty much to play with anything, even floppy discs. As long as it doesn't have a hole in the middle, it's legal to play with. Most games are 60 seconds and you want to get as much catches as you can. But the difference between games is where you're throwing to. You saw earlier today four-way play where we played from the middle square and through to the four corners. Each corner was worth different points, and you have to get a catch in each corner before you can repeat them. That's called a cleared quad. And you keep going for 60 seconds to do that as many times as you can.
And the other games seemed a little bit different.
Yes, we had a game called 7-Up earlier in the day with obstacles, and the object of that game is to go over 1 to 3 jumps and then do a catch.
It's really sort of fun for everyone, even those who are here watching.
Yes, it is fun for everybody. The dogs love it. None of these dogs don't want to play. I've tried multiple different sports with my dog, and this is what he wants. This is where he's happiest. Updog has worlds that most people can qualify for. You don't have to be like this super giant thrower or have the best dog in the world, and you can go down to wherever they're holding it. This year was supposed to be Georgia, and it will be Georgia next year also, hopefully, and have a really even better time than just you saw today.
So Tina, the last time we saw you, your babies were dock diving with the Canine All-Stars.
Yes, we were dock diving with the Canine Stars a few weeks ago, and you got to see them jump, and you got to throw for Roxy, and you got to experience it for yourself, and now we're playing Frisbee.
So many people viewed that video, and they were blown away with the fact that here you have Connie Corsos, which you would not think would be a dog that competes in something like dock diving, or more or less even Frisbee. And here today we're seeing all different types of dogs.
Yes, it's any dog that's on a couch at home can play.
Let's talk about your breed.
They were bred to protect the soldiers in the war in the Roman Empire. Once the empire fell, they were farm dogs. They were used as utilitarian farm dogs. Very versatile. My dad, they had one on their farm, and it would help him herd the sheep.
And I saw that, I think it was Roxy who made the cover of your wonderful publication.
Yes.
Was that Roxy?
That was Roxy Star.
She's a model too?
She's a model. She hogs the camera. That's why I just call myself the chauffeur at this point. She is a 5-time top 5 dock diving champion. She just tries to excel at anything I ask of her. And then this one here, she tries to really imitate. So one drives the other, which is, it's harder work for me, but it's more rewarding because their energy just uplifts my energy.
You started a club, the Hudson Housatonic Disc Dog. Did I get it right?
Yes, you
Yay.
did. Thank you. H2D2 for short. We were founded in 2016. It is affiliated with updogchallenge.com, so we play their games. And now, as of last year, Updog is AKC affiliated, so you can work to earn titles through AKC. Even if your dog is not AKC registered, you could go through PAL. If they didn't want to earn points towards a championship or something like that, they just wanted to come out and have fun, we offer at the end of the day awards for each division, and we call it Yappy Hour. So it is a little social gathering and award ceremony. You know, it's so much fun, and we bring friendships together with not just our dogs, but with other people in a common interest.
If people want to get in touch with you and learn more, where can they find you?
They can find us through updog.com, and they will put you in touch with a local Updog organization that's playing these games. Facebook is a great place to start. Punch those in, either Updog, H2D2, which is what I'm playing with today, or Toss and Fetch League. And you will find oodles of information to get yourself started and the right people to contact.
I don't know. Who's having more fun, the dogs or the humans? This is so great. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. This has been Lauren's Crazy Pet Show.